Japanese street food is featured at Mion's Pick. It's where you'll find the freshest of local ingredients along with very special imports. They make magic with pickles and tofu too. You'll find it all on Guerrero at 18th in San Francisco at a place called Izakaya Yuzuki.
My name is Yuko Hayashi. The restaurant name is Izakaya Yuzuki. Izakaya means sake house, and then our restaurant name Yuzuki. Yu is comfort and healing, and then Tsuki is the moon. So just to have fun. My chef Takashi Saito and we found out that we like the same chef in Japan, famous chef. And I knew that we can create something very incredible. We make everything from scratch. We have fresh tofu every day. We use koji. That's the foundation of everything we serve. Koji makes food easy to digest and then tastier. We have so many kind of sake. I have a sake sommelier working, and then I myself is sake sommelier too. We select sakes that really interesting. We like to purchase ones from women's sake, master's sake. It's just so rare. If you don't know anything about sake, we just introduce you to this new world.
All right, Mion, this is a unique Japanese restaurant, isn't it?
Yes, yes. Izakaya actually means sake house, and the way the owner describes it, it's a place to eat and drink and eat and drink. And that's what you do when you go there, and the portions are sized so that you can do that comfortably.
And they do have a sake sommelier.
That's right, who comes to speak to you as soon as you arrive to help guide you as you wish for either sake or wine or beer on tap.
What is your favorite dish when you go?
Well, I never miss the chawanmushi, which is an egg custard that comes in a small pot with a little lid and a tiny bamboo spatula, which is the most silken, savory custard you've ever tasted. It comes with a small piece of urchin, some shiitake mushrooms. You'll never forget it because it's just the most memorable, silky, umami flavored dish.
And they really talk a lot about umami, that sort of savory richness to the dishes.
The fifth sense of taste.
The fifth taste, absolutely.
And we never miss the Hokkaido squid, which is the softest squid you've probably ever tasted. It just melts in your mouth. It comes with this special sort of aioli dipping sauce, as well as a little bit of wasabi for a spicy kick.
Have you ever had the tempura?
Yes, of course.
Very well known for that.
They're also very delicate, and it's not heavy. You don't feel as though the food is very greasy. That goes for the karaage chicken as well, and for the little meatballs on skewers, which are small, very concentrated portions of flavor. And
what did you have when you went? Is this do you go to Japanese a lot?
We do, though not this specific cuisine. The dish that stood out for me was the mackerel. Which is treated in a special way that I forget.
Koji.
Salt koji. Thank you so much. Yes.
Which is
aspergillus.
Yes. It's a special way of fermenting the food.
And that was.
And it gives a very unique flavor.
Yeah, that was really lovely. They took a nice meaty fish and split it into two parts so we could share really easily. And then they took the whole spine and fried it so that it was crispy, like this sort of scary potato chip, and I loved it.
And what did you have, Beth, when you went?
You know, I just felt that the flavors weren't as bold as I was expecting.
Very delicate flavors.
They are very delicate flavors. They are very delicate flavors, and I loved the sake master, but I found that I was more into the sake piece than the food. The servers were incredibly knowledgeable, and I found that the pacing of the food was done very, very well. But we got the salt tofu to start, which I know they're known for. And we said, and she came out with the little thing of salt, and she said, I wouldn't recommend using this. This is not going to need anything. So we went in with that, and I just felt that the tofu was very, very bland. We used, among the four of us, every bit of the salt that was on the table.
Do you have the tofu when you go?
I love the tofu, and I actually think that it's extremely flavorful, and the preparation is very interesting because Yuko is very concerned about health and uses organic ingredients only, and also filters the water using a Japanese filtration process that actually makes the flavor better. So I think that the quality of the ingredients and the freshness contributes to the tofu being extremely smooth and special.
And I think the same thing with the vegetable rice. You know, it said seasonal vegetable rice. I was expecting by that, I guess, more of like a biryani that would have a variety of vegetables in it. It was the mushroom rice, and it was fine. But for $15 for rice with 2, I was expecting bolder flavors.
We had some of the same experience, that our palates weren't prepared for the delicacy of this food, and I think I'd have to go back a second time. My sense was it was about mindfulness, and I might not be the most mindful eater. In
our experience as Americans, I think Japanese food tends to be very salty and very, very heavy on sodium, for example, in ramen dishes, and you know, even just soy sauce being on the table. And the delicacy of the flavors, I think, is what appeals to me about this restaurant. The fact that everything is very carefully orchestrated and subtle.
Everything was beautifully prepared. I mean, I'm thinking of, there was a beef dish. I'm trying to think.
The Kobe beef in little slices?
The Kobe beef in little slices. And the salad on it. You just wanted to take pictures of the food. Unfortunately, I'm more of a hearty appetite kind of girl to be able to appreciate this the way that I should.
We asked the server about specials. I was just remembering. And they said they had smelt. For me, smelt is something very special because it reminds me of childhood. And their smelt were really delicate and thin. They were very lightly tempura fried. I was very happy with the smelt.
And what did you have dessert-wise that you said?
It was that soy panna cotta. And
Oh,
this could just be the comment that my brother-in-law, like, I took a bite and I was like, oh, I'm not into this. And I took a few more bites because I wanted to be able to describe why. And then before I could say anything, my brother-in-law said, it reminds me of oatmeal with a touch of wet dog. And that really sort of encaptured my experience. I just, maybe it's because I was comparing it to regular panna cotta, but I was not a fan of that particular flavor.
The panna cotta is a soy panna cotta, so I think it does evoke their very special house tofu somewhat. We also have enjoyed their satsuma orange sorbet.
That was delicious.
And also the matcha green tea ice cream, house-made, is very special and different from your usual pint of green tea ice cream.
Well, this is your restaurant, Mian. Wrap it up for us.
Izakaya Yuzuki is a Mission neighborhood experience that transports you to Japan and fills you with extraordinary flavors that you haven't tasted before.
All right, and Beth?
I'd come back for the sake and pickles. I can't think of any other place with a sake master in the city, and that was a really neat experience, but the food left me a little cold.
Okay, and Mark?
It's beautifully presented, artful food that left us a little hungry when we were done, but I think it's perfect for a mindful eater.
All right. Well, if you would like to try Izakaya Yuzuki, it's on Guerrero at 18th in San Francisco. The telephone number is 415-556-9898. It's open for dinner Wednesday through Monday. It's closed on Tuesdays. Reservations are recommended, and the average dinner tab per person without drinks is around $40.